Good afternoon, evening, whatever it is today. I am so excited to be here with Jami McCoy-Lankford. I'm just going to be honest. She is no stranger to me. She may be to you. However, this is one of my closest friends in the world. And I cannot say how proud I am of her and how honored I am to have her on a special edition of Let's Talk About It. Jami is doing big things, and I always tell her, I remember when we sat in Ask You Hall on 3Q.
Yes.
Excuse talking about this stuff. And she has made everything we talked about come true. And now, oh my goodness, if you haven't heard, if you haven't seen the trailer, well, you know what? I'm going to let her tell you about it. She's going to introduce herself and do it like we used to do in the choir. She's going to introduce herself and tell her where she's from. No, I'm just She is going to tell you about herself. And I'm going to try to sit here and behave. That's what I tell her. We're going to behave this hour. But
probably not. Probably not. All right. Hello, everybody. I am Jami McCoy-Lankford. My production company, film production company, is Hillionaire Productions. Yes, me and Monique go way back. We have been besties and college roommates and just everything under the sun. We go way back, and I'm so happy and honored to be a part of the show this evening. I hail from, actually born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but raised in Dayton, Ohio. Went to school at Trotwood Madison High School. Go Rams. Went to Wilberforce University, of course, and was part of the university choir under the direction of the wonderful James Arthur Williams. And I actually transferred to Florida A&M my last 2 years, which is where I finished my education in Tallahassee, Florida. And Florida is actually where I remained after that. And so I reside currently in Orlando, Florida, which is also the home office of my production company, Hillionaire Productions. So yes, and very excited about the growth of my film production company. I actually have a Christmas film premiering next Thursday, December 3rd. Is it next Thursday? Yeah. Look at this. Thursday, December 3rd on BET Plus. And the name of the Christmas film is The Business of Christmas. It is starring Daphne Maxwell-Reid. You guys know her from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She was Aunt Viv, the second Aunt Viv. And RogerGuenveur Smith. We have Lawrence Robinson, Kadeen Ellis, James Wright Chanel. You guys know him as the Patti LaBelle Pie Man. Kamel Goffin. We have an all-star cast for this Christmas film, and we are so excited about this film. And it's definitely one of the most talked about urban Christmas films of this holiday season. So we're real excited about it.
Well, that is like a mouthful. What kind of question can I follow that up with? I do know that Jami mentioned, our school days at Wilberforce, and that was the saddest school year of my life because my friend disappeared, and I was like, "This is my roommate. Where's she going?" But I am glad. I'm glad of your success, and I know things and sayings that one of the sayings I always say is, I remember the days that we prayed for things that we have now.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that being on the third floor of Askew? I think it was room 318 was my room number.
Mm-hmm. And we used to hate climbing them steps. Ooh.
Do you remember some of those things that we did? I remember we had a singing group. And it was three of us. It was myself, you, and one of our other classmates. And I remember even with that, we was like, okay, we're going to do singing for a little bit and practice. And I was like, okay, you got on my case.
Yeah.
And so still, I was like, goodness. I said, Jami persevered. She is doing it. Like, it's words cannot express how proud I am of you. One thing I do want to know, for young people, that are interested in acting or interested in film, what steps do you believe they should take?
Just like with any profession, you definitely need to study and educate yourself. With anything that you want to do. It's not easy, but I do believe that as long as you put your mind and focus on what you want to do, you can accomplish anything.
Wow.
One thing about me, coming from the music industry and having such a long and extensive career in music and transitioning into film, I knew that going into this, that it was not going to be easy. And that just because I was in the entertainment business, that it just wasn't going to be squeaky clean for me because I was in the industry, even though I was transferring from music to film. That didn't make it any easier for me. Even though I had a lot of industry relationships, it still was hard. And it was just almost like starting over,
Wow.
So, yeah. So, you have to really fight and work hard. And sometimes you definitely have to believe in yourself more than other people will, and keep pushing. You're going to get a lot of doors closed in your face. You're going to get a lot of no's, but behind a lot of those no's, you're eventually going to get a lot of yeses, and you just cannot give up. And, that is the best advice that I can give anybody. I'm a firm believer in hands-on experience. You can sit and read a book all day and study and all of that, but that doesn't mean that you're going to know anything and you're going to know anything about how to work on an active film set. I work with a lot of film students, and bring a lot of interns in on my sets. And a lot of times, a lot of them have graduated, and believe it or not, a lot of them don't know anything,
Wow.
And so they're on my sets and we're having to show them a lot of stuff because they weren't given that hands-on experience. So I am one of those producers that believe in giving hands-on experiences. And I also give people chances because somebody gave me one. And I'm not one of these people who, tries to keep my contacts close to the vest or, I pride myself in being relatable and approachable because so many people in the industry, once they feel that they've made it, they kind of put up these shields and these blocks where people can't get to them and they're not approachable and, oh, you can't get directly to me. You got to go through my people and do this.
Wow.
I'm still the same Jami. I don't, I have people that work for me and, I have a manager and stuff like that and people, but I'm still approachable, and stuff like that. So, I never want to be that girl, that people say, oh, she's stuck up or, oh, I can't get to her or none of it. I never want to be that person.
You never have been that person. And even when I seen you a couple weeks ago, like we were talking before we went live, I was like, Jami, I'll be honest with you. I'm scared of horror movies. And we were torn. And I was like, girl, I was scared. I couldn't show it. But the mansions, I was sitting there like, I know the picture moved. I can't prove it.
Yeah.
But I know the picture moved. But like to see the stuff that you do to prepare for a movie, I have a whole new respect of people in the film industry. Like that's a lot. And you do that for each film, you have to go survey. And I was like, oh my God, they're doing it big. You done survey. We done looked at several houses. You done sat and had 2 meetings. I was like, oh my God, I can't keep up with her schedule. But I was so amazed because, you don't know those things on behind the closed doors. So it was like, I felt like I was on a field trip and I was in school learning. I was like, this is awesome.
It's a lot that goes in behind the scenes and into making a movie. A lot of people, look at movies on TV and they think it's but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes to get it to the point where you guys can watch them on TV or watch them on a streaming service. There's so much that we have to do behind the scenes. It's ridiculous.
Girl, I tell you, I was like, I done walked, I done met my quota. My watch even told me I walk so much when I visit you.
Yeah.
But I know you probably didn't expect me to ask this, and I brag about you all the time. I mean, people will probably chime in when they watch the replay because this is like a special edition. They didn't expect me to come on live today. But I'm just gonna beg you. I want people to know about your music repertoire. Like, I learned stuff about you when I visited you, and you calling out rappers and you looking at stuff, and I was like, no. And, left Ohio and went on to bigger and better in real life.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that I am the face behind a lot of music, a lot of, songs and rappers' hooks and stuff like that were written. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. As well as I, had an extensive music management career, even after my own singing career. I had a very extensive management career, for managing rappers like Pastor Troy, the R&B group Ideal, Big V of the Nappy Roots, and, the list goes on, and so I was an A&R rep for Universal Records for a while, so I had a very extensive time in music, and it's time that, I'm really appreciative for, because it really, to be honest with you, I had to grow up fast. Yeah, and at a young age, because I was young, I was in my early 20s. I was around a lot of rappers. I was in and out of clubs with a lot of rappers, and I had to really be a big girl, and really, really just grow up. And I saw a lot, I experienced a lot, and a lot of it was good. Some things were bad, but a lot of it was good. And it was great experiences that I had at such a young age, that I'm really, really grateful for. So now with me being in my 40s, I guess is why I feel like I'm so old, because now with me being in my 40s,
I'm still 21. You and your
yeah, I've done so much, so early, a lot of it, before I was even 25, and then that span between 25 and 30, was really on and popping, and so, I'm grateful for all of that, but, for my songwriting, and my management and stuff like that, I really was able to do a lot and experience a lot and really have a lot of experiences. And so when I transitioned into film, it really was because I was burned out, with on the music side of it, because I had done it for so long. And, I really just wanted kind of a breath of fresh air and something different. I knew I still wanted to be in entertainment, but I wanted to do something different, and so this transition, when I made the transition in 2008, it was really refreshing to me, to get into something new and to learn and to really experience things different and at a whole nother level. So I'm really grateful to God for that.
That's a huge blessing, like for a person to be successful in both parts. Like, not only were you successful in music, but you were also successful in film. And I'm like overly excited because your film is coming out at Christmas time with all the things that have happened in 2020.
Yeah.
This is a bright spot. I'm like, my friend is still making things happen in 2020.
Yeah.
And I watched the trailer. I'm scared to share my screen because I'm not that good, like with the engineering part. I'm still working. It's working fine. But I will share it probably every day.
Thank you.
And how did the concept, even with that, because I remember you filming this film.
Yeah.
And it was at the start of COVID, I think.
It absolutely was. It was when COVID was really just being kind of spoken about, but they were still kind of keeping it hush hush, because we actually were filming this film in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
At the beginning of March. And so that was when COVID it was almost just like a little tap. And on our last day of filming, is when California's governor shut LA County down, and we had just finished filming.
That is scary.
Yeah, it was very scary. And so we were out there not even knowing, those of us who had to travel different places, and me and one of my associate producers, Tara, we didn't even know if we were going to make it back to Florida. It was just really, really scary times, during that time. It was just really, really stressful. But we finished the movie and all of that. But, this particular film was very, very special. I knew that I wanted to do a Christmas film, eventually. And so I came up with this concept in my head, where I wanted, as African-American people, we always celebrate and come together when we're solving issues, because our race has always been about survival. And when we explain to other people that, our Christmas traditions and our Christmas films are always about families coming together to celebrate really just being together, or we're coming together to solve a problem and to work through it. That's what it's about for us. So I knew that with this film, that's really what I wanted this film to be about. I wanted it to be about a Black family who had a business and had these adult children, and these children all, were off doing their own different thing, but they had to come home and help fix it. So I had this concept in my head. And so I had contacted an up-and-coming writer that actually had wrote for me on a previous film, The Stepdaddy. And she's actually an up-and-coming writer, and I'm all about giving people opportunities and chances.
Wow.
We've done, pretty good with The Stepdaddy. And so I called her, Drika Armstrong, and I said, Drika, I have another project that, I want you to work on. I said, I have this concept. And I pretty much told her what my concept was and what I wanted her to write. And she wrote it. And she sent me the first couple of drafts, and I liked it, and we tweaked it and did that. And she sent me the final draft, and she did really well, and kind of stuck with, where I was going with it. And she, added her flavor to it, and it worked really well. And we had a business at Christmas.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the trailer. I was like, oh my God, this is a good story. I'm kind of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't mention it before, I know I would definitely mention in the replay, is that I am going to pay it forward for someone's subscription, so you can watch this wonderful Christmas movie. But you also have to watch this too. So therefore, if you don't watch this, you won't know about it. And then I'll just keep my subscription to myself.
Yeah.
But I have a couple more questions that people are texting, but they're too scared to. That's why I keep looking down. It's not that I have on my table, I'm eating, but I'm looking down at questions that they're texting me instead of putting it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Now, have you shared it to Facebook already?
Yes, it's on Facebook right now. We're actually live on Facebook, but people are texting me questions to ask you. One of the questions that I did get from a person is, let me make sure I word it right. Okay. How do you go about getting the talent for your movies? Do you do talent searches, or do you do auditions?
Okay. Actually, believe it or not, for the first couple of films, like with Don't Shoot the Messenger, which is a great film starring Vincent Ward and Rashad Ali and Juju from Love and Hip Hop. And that film actually will be released the early part of 2021. We're really excited about that one. I handpicked some people, and then we did do some auditions. So it just varies. Then with The Stepdaddy, which is a remake of the late 80s, early 90s suspense thriller, The Stepfather, and we redid it with an urban cast. And that's starring Vincent Ward as well as the lead. We handpick people. A lot of times, because of my relationships, I kind of do some of my own casting, rather than bringing in a casting director, which is really their job to really, audition people and cast them, and then just kind of send them people that they find and stuff like that. But, you know, with the last film that I just did with Global Genesis Group, which is Invasion, with the directors Bobby and Renee Peoples, we had a lot of people self-tape, and we went through the self-tapes, of course, with COVID, you know, people just sent in their self-tape submissions, and we went through them, you know, their auditions, and kind of, you know, pick people. So it just kind of varies on what we do. But me personally, a lot of times, you know, when I'm going through scripts and stuff, I can kind of have in mind kind of certain actors and actresses that I think might work for certain roles. And I just go ahead and reach out to them, or out to their agents, and, you know, see if they're available, and let them read the scripts, and kind of just go from there.
Wow. That's like, I'm learning more and more about this film industry. Is like more than just what I see. Well, that's exciting. You said you have to go through all of that. Do you hire like extras too, or is it just?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we do hire extras. We always need extras. I don't care what film it is, what type of film. We always need extras in every film.
Sign me up. I'm coming to the next one.
Okay. Will you do me a favor and share the live to my page?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm looking down.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to you.
Yeah, and then I can reshare it.
Actually, you can see pages related to no. Hi. I'm sorry, like I'm trying to see and I can't see. I don't know why it didn't just go there. Like you can go to your personal page.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your personal page and then go to A Better Chance for You Futures, and then you should be able to see it live right now, or have it's coming up because I see it, but I just can't.
Okay, here we go. All right, I see it now.
I was like, you know, I'm struggling. This light between the light right here and these glasses, it glare off of it. And then you should be able to see it live right now.
And now you're talking. Hold on, I see it. I didn't mean to be talking.
I'm struggling. This light between the light right here and these glasses. Yeah, that mean you play all day. I knew it. What I said, I gave her 20 minutes. I said 20 minutes. She's gonna behave. After 20 minutes, everything out the door.
All right.
So it should be you on there now.
Okay.
Also, the replay will be on YouTube, and I probably won't edit it because I'm just being transparent right now. Now that we have gotten like all our important stuff, because it's like 30 minutes left, got all our important things out in the open. And like I was telling you before, I mentor to a lot of young people. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I really, really am trying to stress to young people is the importance of having healthy friendships.
Yeah.
Healthy friendships. Yes, you're not going to get along all the time. Yes, you can go months without talking to them. But one thing I can honestly say about all 4 of my besties, I can go weeks, months, years without seeing them. But when we get together, it is always the same.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that I want you to touch on is your friendships. Mm-hmm. Like, Jamie, you are extremely busy. And I was only with you for 2 days. And I was tired. Like, I worked a full 8-hour shift. How do you keep those, like, your good girlfriends? Like, how do you keep it together? Like, you encourage me, you send me a note a minute, like, hey, Monique, this is what how do you keep it together with all of that you do? I didn't realize you did that much.
Yeah.
Until I was there. I think I went to sleep sitting there. I was like this.
Well, honestly, it's hard. And sometimes it's exhausting, and everybody doesn't understand. And that's one of the reasons why probably I can honestly say I don't have a lot of really close friends. Mm-hmm. I can probably fill up these fingers, and that's because everybody doesn't understand. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really a homebody unless I'm working. The most I do is go to the gym, go to the store, and then I'm filming. And when I'm not filming, I'm at home. I enjoy being in my house, so it's really hard to manage a lot of that because I am so busy. It's really important that I keep people around me that are supportive, from family and friends, that are supportive of what I do, because I worked very hard to get where I am, and so I just need to have supportive people around me. And if you're not supportive, then you got to hit the door, and that's just pretty much how it is, because God has blessed me to really be where I am today because of the prayers and the discipline that I have had and the hard work that I put in. I put in a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of nights crying, praying, some nights wanting to give up, and I didn't, to finally get where I am. So there's no turning back for me now, so that's, pretty much, what it is, and so, I that's just, people have to really just, I'm just Jami. So you have to accept me for who I am, take it or leave it. There's no in between with me, it is what it is. I'm an open book and I'm very straightforward. I shoot straight. I don't sugarcoat anything, and it is what it is. And when it comes to business, everybody that works with me and works for me knows that, I run a tight ship, I handle business, and I like to get things done. We work hard, and then after we finish working, we can play hard, and that's just how I am.
Hey, I seen it. It's not stunning. I was with her for a whole day and a half. I was like, oh my goodness. I thought I was on the crew too. She was like, mix, get it. I'm sorry, y'all. This is so like not our normal. Let's talk about it, because this is family. Like, a lot of you all know I don't have very many people that I call my sis, my bestie, and this is truly her. I felt like it'd be perfect to have all my close friends on this week, especially with the accomplishments that she has done. And this is like, girl, got me smiling and laughing. They're probably like, what are you laughing about? Things in my head that we did in school that we will not tell you about.
Exactly.
So no, but yes, there is another question that I have. What motivated you? Because I remember Wilberforce, and you was contemplating, because you was majoring in music, and you was like, Monique, I'm not getting what I want here. I'm about to go. And I was like, no, don't go. And I was thinking to myself, I was being selfish. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, well, maybe they'll get better. What was your get up and go to, like, you just bounce? And sometimes as friends, we can be selfish, because I was, and I can own that. And I'm sorry for being selfish back then. Because I was like, my friend is leaving. Who I'm gonna walk across the street to Central with now? But like, what gave you that oomph? Like, I feel like that was a changing point in your life, because once you left, everything was added to you. Like, you got the music took off. You made the right connections with stuff.
Yeah. Part of that was my sister, Tara. My sister had gotten married, and she relocated, because my sister was at Florida State.
Oh.
And and so I was like, I'm gone. That was the push that I needed. And she went first, and 2 months later, I was right behind her.
Wow.
And that was really, I knew that it was time for me to go. And, her and I are so close. And it's really, that was like the last push and the last straw that I needed to say, okay, Jami, this is really what you've been contemplating. You've been struggling with leaving Wilberforce and going to a different school. I wasn't getting, the attention and the education I felt that I needed, for my education. And you're right. That's exactly what I did. I bounced, but it was the best thing that I did for myself, because you're right. Once I did that, everything just took off for me. And that was the best thing I could have did for my life, because had I not done that, who knows? I probably would still be in Dayton, probably be somebody's baby mama, or something like that, and things probably just would not have turned out the way they needed to turn out for me. So, before we were born, God already has our life planned and mapped out for us, so this was the road that I needed to go on, for me, for my career, because had I stayed at Wilberforce, my career would have never flourished the way I needed it to flourish, because I probably would have just still been too nervous to get out of that shell.
Yes.
On faith and to do what I needed to do. So I needed that push to just really do it. And it was the best thing I could have done.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. I'm going to take it. Only 2 times Jamie made me mad. And one of them was when she left. The other one, I'm not ashamed to tell that I probably already did. Just going to tell you all. Jamie's is still my friend, but I was so mad at her and another person. They let me. It snowed all over my glasses. And I don't know what happened with her and my cousin. I look back, they was not even there, and I'm steady talking, walking down the hill. Next thing you know, snow just all in my glasses. And I said, what kind of friend does this? But, I learned to forgive her. Learn to forgive, maybe not forget. I outgrown my pink and blue glasses with the shade that I just thought was so cool. But we had good times. Thank God, no camera phones.
Right. No camera phones and no social media.
Social media probably took us out.
Right.
Yes, I do have. Oh my goodness, Jamie, you done did every goal that you have set for yourself, and I'm extremely excited and proud to call you my sister, my best friend. But one goal in particular that from the time you stepped on campus that you have done, you went somewhere else and done it. But I remember when you were a Sigma Dove.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, she's Sigma Dove. Then I seen the thing come across my screen, Zeta Songbird. I said, oh, she just did it.
Yes. Yep. I am a member of the wonderful sorority of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Wouldn't have had it any other way. Yep. And so, I did not pledge it with the force. I pledged to Florida A&M. Yep. And it's the best thing I could have done. I love my sorority.
Yes, I said, oh my goodness. I said, Zeta Songbird. What other name they give her? She probably sang the whole time she was online.
I did.
Hilarious. I know you did. And that, I know they're proud of you as a member as well. I know they highlight members all the time. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of people that help pour into the youth that I work with. Mm-hmm. Are affiliated with Zeta Phi Beta, actually Divine Nine. Let me just say Divine Nine, period. Mm-hmm. That all of them work with me. Although I am not Greek, a lot of them do pour into the kids that I service, which I appreciate. That's and awesome. If you are a Zeta and you are watching, and I don't have me name you by name in the comments, support your soror in this movie.
Yes.
It is scrolling across the bottom. You can catch it on BET Plus on the 3rd. And if you're worried about the subscription, they give you free 7 days, according to what I've been told. So, okay. Make sure they get their free 7 days. Don't do like most people, get the free and then just cancel after the movie. Try to stick around a little bit. But yes. So, Jamie, if you could tell, because like I said, I deal with eighth graders all the way to people about to graduate from college.
Okay.
You could tell them something not to do their freshman year. I could probably tell a whole book, but if you could tell them something to do, to not do, or best practices, what would you tell them to do?
Okay, freshman year, things not to do.
Don't put us out there.
Don't fall for the credit card okey doke. Don't get any credit cards.
That's good.
Okay? Because the minute you get in college, you'll start getting the little credit card offers and all of that stuff sent directly to your mailboxes on campus. Don't do that. That is the quickest way to start getting into credit card debt and to mess up your credit. So don't do that. Okay? That's that. Freshman year. Don't get too caught up in the party life. I mean, it's going to be a good experience. You're going to have fun, but just control it. Don't get too caught up in the party life to where it affects your studies. Because Monique and I didn't let it affect us, but we saw a lot of people our freshman year that didn't make it to sophomore year.
Right.
They had flunked out because they was partying too much. That's true. So just kind of, be mindful of that, but college is a great experience. I'm all for HBCUs. That is a wonderful experience. I wouldn't have had it any other way. My freshman year was one of the best years of my life. Yeah. We had so much fun. We had so much fun, so, just enjoy yourself and have a good time.
Oh my God. Our freshman year, we were on the Today Show.
Yes, we balled out. Our freshman year, we got to travel with the choir. We were on the Today Show with Brian Gummel and Jane Pauley. I mean, who could ask for more? We had a good time.
For free. You guys say for free.
For free on the school. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I remember that. That was oh my God, life-changing experience, I think, for all of us. They was like, here go your stipend money. We was like, what?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Oh my goodness. They don't quit texting me questions.
Brianna on the watch party talking about Hell Wildcats because she went to be Bethune-Cookman girl.
Yes, I mean, that's what I'm looking at other people on here. I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. Some of these people went to Daytona, even though their campus is pretty. If I would have went there, I know I wouldn't graduate because the beach is right there. I say that out the fire. They think, hey, me and water. But one of the questions here is, what professor influenced you and pushed you the most?
To be honest with you, James Arthur Williams.
Girl, we got the same one.
He pushed me and motivated me to never give up, and to really move steadfast in what I wanted to do because of who he was and how he treated us. You know what I mean? He was a great musical conductor and all of that, hands down. I'll never take that from him. Did he do his best as a vocal teacher? No, he did not. He didn't. But what he did, and he was not the nicest professor to freshmen. But he was very hard on us our freshman year. But what he did do was put the fight in me. Mm-hmm. That's what he did do, because I walked away with much attitude, like I'm gonna show him. I'm doing this. I don't care what he say. He ain't pay no attention to me. I'm doing this, and I did it.
Yes, you did, and then some. Mm-hmm. And then, oh goodness, you just Girl, it took me 4 years for him to be able not to fuss at me or for me to get it registered that
Mm-hmm.
they say yes, sir, and keep it moving. People can get to dinner on time. But
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
So no, I get it, and my hats off to anybody who is stuck with it and was music majors. I started a music major, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I fell out of love with it. But when I took a psychology course, that's why I tell people make sure it's what you want to do.
Exactly.
And I took that psychology course and was like, hey, I like this better than music
Mm-hmm.
because I went to performing arts so long.
Mm-hmm.
I was just tired, and it's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that I deal with, they like, I don't know what I want to do. That's good. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you take classes and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So be like you said before, be careful of your friend selection because your friends are a representation of you.
Absolutely. Your friends, your business associates, and that's even, even going back to college and James Arthur Williams, that's even why some of my values are the way they are today, even
Mm,
with people that I work with today.
mhm.
Because yes, Keisha, I am drinking my alkaline water from my friend Keisha, which is very
Well,
good for
I
hydration.
tell her to
Everybody,
put that
everybody needs to get this water real quick. Okay, let me just do a quick little plug, Monique.
in,
Plug
please.
Hydration Alkaline Water. It is 7.8 premium alkaline water. Y'all, this is some of the best alkaline water. I'm like down to my last 3 bottles and I'm like holding on to them, trying not to drink them. But one of my other besties, Keisha Grimes, this is her business that she started from the ground up. I'm so proud of her. And this is some of the best alkaline water. So if you're on Facebook, search under Plug Hydration, inbox her and order you some of this water, some cases of this water. It's great. But
I,
but back to what I was saying. After I take a sip because I'm thirsty.
I put plug hydration in the chat and I'm looking down. I'm sorry. All y'all see is the top of my 2 braids. It just won't stay over. But I put there plug hydration and I know I was supposed to make an order. I know I've been inboxing her because it looks so good, like especially if it's chilled.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like alkaline water anyway. So
Yeah.
I put it in the main chat. But if she could drop it on the feed, even if she want to do a replay or she need me, because we do highlight African American businesses.
Okay.
That's what we all about.
Yeah,
Because
she's watching now, so she can hear you.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
our kids need to see success, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not that I'm biased. I just know how I feel from a school standpoint. When you don't get to see success and you're working in these African American environments,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't see it, you don't think it exists.
Yeah.
And when I was on the platform, I want to say about a week ago with Dr. Pinker, who is the president of Wilberforce now, and he, even said it. That was the first time I seen Black doctors is when I went to HBCU. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. I said, you know what? No wonder. That is true. So yes, tell her please. She can put the link on my page. She can put anything she wants, or she can inbox me and I'll share it.
Yes.
I'll put it in our newsletter. So
Everybody will enjoy it. Yeah. But what I was saying about going back to, in business and relationships, one thing I try to do in business and in my film business, I give everybody opportunities. And everybody will tell you that. Des will tell you that, with me bringing Des on, with doing craft services and doing the catering, Des had never done that with film, and Des's first film doing the catering was The Business of Christmas, and now he's getting ready to go into his 4th film and he's great, at it, and has learned the ropes, but I give everybody an opportunity. And whether you're a script writer or doing makeup or wardrobe, and I give you an opportunity to grow, and even, with the script writer for The Business of Christmas, who had even written the script for The Stepdaddy, I'm one of the first producers to ever even pay her for a script, and to employ her and to pay her. And then now, this film has made it to a network. So she's been given a great opportunity and a platform that I was able to give her. And I'm happy that I was able to give her that push, with that. And now she can fly on and continue, to do what she needs to do. And I feel like I've done my part, with that, and so, that's what it's about, with me. And I don't look for praise or accolades with that, because my praise comes from the Lord, because that's who I praise and that's who I know all of my gifts and all of my blessings come from. And I know that I have to pay everything that I get forward. So that's what it's about with me. So as many people that I can employ and give opportunities to and give them an opportunity to grow and to learn, that's what I'm going to do. And that goes back to me telling you that I'm always going to pride myself into being approachable, where people can talk to me. People can ask me questions. If people want to learn, if they want to try something, go for it. If people that want to get into the film business and you want to learn and find your niche, go forward. The world is your oyster. Never let anybody tell you no. If COVID and this pandemic hasn't taught us anything, it's taught us that life is too short.
Say that,
people are leaving here. So with the time that we have left, make it the best that you can make it. Be happy. Do what you want to do in life and be happy. And that is how I live my life from day to day. I don't live my life in chaos. I don't have chaotic people around me. If you bring in chaos and mess, then you out of here. That's just how I live my life. I believe in being happy, having happy people around me, and let's just do what we can do. Am I perfect? Heck no, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. I have flaws, but one thing I do, I accept my flaws and I recognize them, and I know how to move on for them. And we all have flaws and things that we need to grow with and learn from and do what we can do. And one thing about me in filmmaking, you constantly learn. You learn things every day. So I'm even still learning as a film producer. Every day I'm learning something new. There's always somebody else that knows a little bit more than me. So as long as you're humble enough to recognize that and accept that and listen and learn, the further you will make it.
That's true.
So that's the best advice that I can give anybody that wants to be in this business. Stay humble, stay open to learn, and listen. And as long as you have those three traits, you'll make it.
Wow, girl, you got to preach and got you shaking back and forth. That's so true. That is, honestly, and as I listen to what you say, it is truly like, I feel like we're on Bickett Road in that white choir room where we had extra sermons because Monique just couldn't be quiet after getting an election. Because you have to learn that. Like, have to learn self-control. Okay, I see Keisha. She DM'd me after the live. Okay, got you. I definitely will, because Jami making that water, making me like look around here, and I don't have no bottles or anything. But definitely, I can say that was one thing that he did leave for all of us that was in the choir is don't stand for nothing. Don't let nobody mess over you. And failure is not an option.
Correct.
And when I look at you, and I always think back to 318, look, you was like, either I'm going to be a musician or I'm going to have me something. I'm going to be on films. I was looking at it like, Jami, really? This
yeah.
You didn't put no money on the table because I'd be broke. I am, like, words cannot express how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you seen it fit in your schedule to make time for me today to talk to my kids, talk to the people that watch. Like I said, they may not watch it live, but I guarantee you people catch the replay. And I'm also going to continuously play your the trailer. I'm scared to share the screen now because it might cut you off. I'm not an
so much.
But yes, do you have any parting words or instructions or something of wisdom that you may even want to share as we are coming down to our last? I told you this hour was going to go fast.
It did. Well, first, I just want to thank you again, Monique, for having me. And of course, I will always make time for you. And thank you for allowing me to be on this platform with you this evening and to speak to the youth, because the youth are definitely our future. And it's very important that we give back to them and we encourage them,
Yes.
Especially during these trying times that we're living in, where there's so much negativity and so much heartbreak and things that we're seeing, on television and in our world. We need to keep our youth motivated and encouraged. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing that I want to say. The second thing I want to say is that, they definitely need to, just work hard at what they're interested in, no matter what profession it is, whether they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a filmmaker, a singer, whatever it is, just put your best foot forward and go for it. Like I said, don't let anybody tell you no, that you can't, or you're not good enough. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just go for it and do what you can do. And, just keep your eyes out for Hillionaire Productions. We have great things coming in 2021. Again, The Business of Christmas film is premiering on BET Plus Thursday, December 3rd. We're really excited about that. We also have upcoming releases of Don't Shoot the Messenger, as well as The Stepdaddy. And in 2021, we have a lot of great more films being released. The sci-fi thriller Invasion, directed by Bobby and Renee Peoples. We're really excited about that. And just a whole bunch of great films that we are doing that I really can't leak right now, but we have a great biopic that is going to be a major thing with African American history that you guys are going to really be excited about. And so we just have a lot of great things coming in 2021 and 2022, because really our 2021 calendar is already full. So we're actually getting ready to start working on 2022. So God is really good. God is moving. And I am so forever grateful to everything that he is doing. So again, thank you for having me.
Yay. Well, thank you for coming. As she mentioned, please, 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 it's scrolling across. You're going to see me share it several times. And I'm giving away a raffle this week, a subscription to BET Plus, not the free one. So I'm one of those type of friends. I don't get jealous. I'm like, hey, what we got to do to make it more successful? Mm-hmm. So I'm overly proud of Jami. Jami has always been that friend to do what she says she is going to do. If Jami says she's going to make $1 million, trust me, she's going to do it by tomorrow, because that's how.
And if I say I'm going to make $1 million, I'm actually going to make $2 million. Also be looking for our horror trilogy series called The Horror Chronicles, directed by Mariana Marcano. Please be on the look for that. I cannot forget that one. The Horror Chronicles is coming up as well. That is a horror TV series, kind of like Tales from the Dark Side that we used to watch in the 90s and stuff like that. Please be on the lookout for that one. That one is going to be really, really fun. It's called The Horror Chronicles.
I'm going to have to watch that in the daylight. I'm scared. Well, thank you again. If you, like I said, if you have questions, check her out. Jami, do you have a web page for Hillionaire?
Girl, no. We in film, we really start getting away from web pages and stuff, because we really just use like social media and stuff like that. But just follow Hillionaire Productions, follow the releases of the film and the taglines and stuff. You'll be able to see everything. You will. You won't miss it.
All right. Now, I might not do no horror film because I'm not a good actor, but you need a soundtrack. Get at me now.
Yeah, we sure will.
So you need that soundtrack. Hey, Mo, I need you to sing this. I got you. But I do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I know I keep saying it, how proud I am. And I know people don't understand that relationship, that bond. Mm-hmm. You will learn in life. Your real friends, you can go months, years, days, decades, whatever, without seeing each other. But when you connect, it's like this. So I'm sorry for those that are used to me being so serious. Jami just bring that character out in me to make me laugh and giggle, because in my head I'm picturing everything that we did that we know about.
Right, and look, and stuff we shouldn't tell our parents about.
Yeah, I'm going to the grave with it. I'm going to the grave with it. She ain't know
Right.
On that note, thank you. This has been like one of the best hours of my day, and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friendsgiving. I get to see my bestie and promote her film at the same time. Please check out her. This is a name that you need to watch. Young people, listen to what she said. She is, she hit everything, and she's being very transparent, because that's all I know her to be. Even she get on my case. Mo, you really think you should be doing that? Like, she was the mama of the group, not me. So have a good one. I do appreciate everyone for watching. Tomorrow, tune in. I will have Dez on. Oh gosh, should have you and Dez.
Right.
You and Dez on together. No, we won't focus. So no.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.